Hey, what's up out there, guys? I hope you're all fantastic today. This is my review of Ghostbusters Afterlife, directed by Jason Reitman. This one's an official sequel to the Ghostbusters franchise. It stars Mckenna, Paul Rudd, Carrie, Coon, and Finn Wolfhard. So let's get into this movie to see if it can finally reinvigorate a franchise that's been seemingly ready for it for a long time. Now, I don't want to dive too much into the synopsis, simply to avoid spoilers. It is set in the current day. It's in the same world as the original films, and in its own way it does continue the same storyline. So what I can say about this is that I felt the story was just a perfect blend of old Ghostbusters lore with new Ghostbuster foundations. This movie is loaded with nostalgia nuggets and atmosphere, and it mixes all of these elements together with younger characters to just serve as the perfect passing of the torch to a new generation. I think fans of the original will be pleasantly and delightfully surprised, but I think there's also enough of its own current day charm to appeal to a completely new audience to just continue the world of busting ghosts. The scoring from Rob Simonson is perfect in my opinion. It just captures the tone and the vibe of the originals, but it has its own unique beats and cues to just effectively conjure that familiar mood of the Ghostbusters, but with a nice new modern twist on it. I was actually just a little bit worried that this was going to kind of feel like the Stranger Things with Ghostbusters toys, and what it turned out to be was the model for how to reboot a franchise. I loved the cast from top to bottom. Everybody was fantastic. Mckenna Grace was a delight. She commanded the screen with her charisma and her curiosities. She's an extremely likable character, and personality-wise, I think she was able to fill this role out just as the story needed her to. Finn Wolfhard continues to crank out strong performances, and he does again here as well, despite not really leaving his imprint on things. Logan Kim was just a cute and funny kid, and his chemistry with Grace I think was naturally endearing. They just felt like a couple of wildly curious but also very smart kids, and from a storytelling aspect, I think they can easily pull you into where this thing's gonna go. Paul Rudd and Carrie Coon come in as the older cast members to really anchor and solidify the cast nicely. They also have their moments of charm and emotion and levity as well. They both captured a very authentic chemistry and just a natural rapport with the younger cast members. There's also a string of awesome cameos that I love in this movie, and I think from start to finish, this movie just provides a lighthearted comedic adventure to keep you absolutely engaged. The ghost-busting set pieces were a great time. The visual effects are nicely done. It results in some just great sequences when this movie really kicks things into paranormal gear. The characters overall are just pleasantly written. The personalities, while filled with varying levels of eccentricities, never veer off into absurdity, and the sense of humor in this one, unlike the 2016 film, actually has a sense for what humor is. So I couldn't recommend this movie more. If you're curious about it, definitely check it out. I'll give Ghostbusters 90%. I loved it much more than I expected to. It does run about 15 minutes longer than it needed to, which seems to be a trend these days. The first 30 minutes or so are a little bit slow, but once things get going in the second act, it's really a great time, and it results in a rebooted sequel that shows a ton of class and delivers 2 tons of entertainment.